Will anyone buy your book? Are other people interested in your subject? Is your book idea any good? Will anyone like it? These are questions that go through every new author's mind. And in this video, we're talking about how to answer those questions before you even write a single word of your non-fiction book. I'm Liz, the writer behind Green Goose Ghostwriting. I help entrepreneurs who want to write a book to demonstrate authority in their niche, get more speaking engagements, and share their message to a new audience. I write their book in their own voice so they can inspire others and finally level up their business. In this post that I'm going to share a link to beneath this video, I talked about 5 questions to ask yourself before you start to write your non-fiction book. And last week we talked about question 1, which was, are you interested enough in your own book idea? This week we're hopping on to question number 2, which is, are other people interested in your book idea? If you're writing for yourself, that's totally okay. You don't need to worry if anyone else will ever want to read your work. When you're writing for your own enjoyment, it doesn't matter if North American thimble designs of the 1980s will not be a bestseller, because it will still be valuable to you as an experience writing it. And, besides, with this old thing we've got called the internet, you can find other people who are interested in North American thimble designs of the 1980s, or whatever esoteric interests you have. So have at it. That's fine. Go for it. But do you want your book to level up your business? If that's what you're interested in writing for, then you need to consider if there is a decent sized audience for your subject. Now, decent sized is pretty subjective, and I actually use that a subjective term on purpose. Because if you can get a small percentage of a large audience to read your book, then well, hey, you're doing great. If you can get a large percentage of a small audience to read your book, then that is also a win. That's also awesome. So there's no magic number when it comes to looking at audience size, how many potential readers you have. But once you start researching, following the tips I'm going to share, you'll get a good feel for the size of the audience that's there and your chances of them being interested in your specific book idea. So, that leads us on to the magic question: how do you know if others will like your book idea? Here are 3 ideas I have to share with you that will help you figure this out. Number 1, blogs. Chances are someone is already writing on your subject, or one very similar. So track them down, by which I mean track them online, don't actually stalk them. Read their blogs and check out the comments section. Are there comments? Are there a lot of comments? What are they like? What's the vibe like in the comments section? You can also write your own blog posts on the subject and see if they get any shares. A lot of people think about this and they worry about giving away their book idea. You don't need to worry about it. Anyone who is interested in your blog post is also likely to be interested in the eventual book that comes from it. So just see this as an invaluable opportunity to suss out the interest level. Tip number 2, social media. You don't have to have a big social media following to do this. If you do, awesome. Ask them if they're interested in knowing more about the specific angle you want to write about. But if not, you can take advantage of other people's followings. So join some Facebook groups of people who share your interest, or find a popular hashtag on Twitter for your subject and then ask in the group or tweet with that tag. Just to make sure that you are following any group or platform guidelines before posting. Some groups have certain rules about posting, but ask away in a social media group. And try asking a few times, phrasing it in slightly different ways before you draw any conclusions, because sometimes the phrasing can impact your responses. Number 3, books. I highly recommend reading Will It Fly by Pat Flynn. It promises to help you test your next business idea so you don't waste time and money. But your business and your book are probably intertwined, and all of the advice can be applied to your next book idea as well. I don't have a copy to show you because I have it on ebook, but Pat has a ton more tips in there. So if you're not confident on this subject, then be sure to read about it. And I will link to that book below this post. When you've figured out whether other people will be interested in your book idea, you can move on to the third question to ask yourself before you start writing. And that's one that really causes a lot of problems for entrepreneurs when not considered properly. But we will talk about that next week. So while you're figuring all this stuff out, you should also be working to improve your writing skills, because that will benefit you in every aspect of your business. So enter your email below this video and you will get 15 writing tips from today's top entrepreneurs, including the likes of Marie Forleo and Jeff Goins. You will also get more cool stuff about writing for your business every week. See you next time.